Hello, it's been forever, hasn't it? It is actually midnight right now. Hi, I'm gonna catch you up on my life a little bit real quick before I go to bed. I want to post on this channel a little bit more and be a little more open. I moved to New York City in March and it's been really hard. I've been job searching. I went to bartending school. I graduated from bartending school, so I know how to bartend. I'm trying to get a job now in bartending, but also I interviewed at a nanny job that I used to work for in LA, same company, different franchise. A lot's happened. I performed in 2 cabarets at Don't Tell Mama, which was really fun, and I have that footage on my main channel you can go and see. I'm sorry, I just cried just now because I have a new novel idea. I'm working on a musical / movie. I'm 50 pages into that movie script sorry, 52 or 53 pages into that movie script right now, about dreams and love. A lot of my themes in my life and in my art right now are repeating themselves, especially in my writing. It's Self-Tape May. I haven't started on Self-Tape May yet. I'm a little late and I'm freaking out because anyway, I'm trying to find a lot of scenes and I'm struggling. I got an audition for a cruise line and I've had a really hard day today. I went to go touch grass because I was just feeling really sad, and I was just like, you know, I wish I could be with a job so I can afford acting class and all this stuff, and I was just really down on myself. And I went and just sat by the water at Dumbo, and I just realized, like, I walked this exact path when I was 19 years old in Dumbo. And when I was 19 years old, I had just left a really toxic BFA program that destroyed me. And I think to this day, there's still some remnants of it. And it's really unfortunate because I think it's what's held me back for years. And I know I'm better than that. Like, I know I'm better than that. I know I can just forgive and forget and move on. And it's been so hard for me to do that. And today I just kind of gave myself grace for that. And then I walked another part of Dumbo that I've walked when I was 24, so not too long ago. And I did not see a way out of my parents' house. I didn't know how I could financially figure things out. I was in a weird relationship with a guy that was not a good person, and he was just this weird rich conservative guy that was just not a good person. He was in love with his mom, and that's a whole thing. I wrote a movie about that as well, but we don't know if that's ever gonna get the light of day because it's weird. Let's be real. So yeah, he was a horrible person, and that was before he broke up with me that fall. And I was just so nervous and anxious and depressed because I left LA in 2020, and in 2020 to 2022 I was crazy weird and did stupid things, and I was living at home and I didn't know what my life purpose was. I gave up on acting. I was like, you know, I just felt like there was no purpose anymore in what I was doing. Yet I was there for a movie that sucked, and I realized that I was a good director because I basically took on the director, assistant director, and other roles that this production wasn't doing, because this guy had like a camera and he thought that he didn't need a crew, and so I basically became the crew and the actress. I realized that I was a lot more capable of film than I've ever been, and then I moved to Nashville, and then I had a 6-month stint in Nashville and I directed my first film, my first short. And now I have so many ideas that I don't know what to do with. Like, and it's a great, wonderful, magical problem to have. You know, I'm grateful that I'm unemployed in the sense that I have time, but I'm also a little stressed because I'm running out of money, and I'm really scared because it's New York City. Like, if you run out of money, like, time is ticking, my friend. I do have my tax return coming, so like that should put me a little safety, but like I really just need a job. I need a job to keep me afloat, you know, and it's scaring me a little bit. So I have to follow up on some emails. Obviously I'll get a job, it's gonna happen. But today I just let my fear and my anxiety get a hold of me, and so I went to the Dumbo area to just look at nature and be like, even though it's the Hudson River and it's kind of full of literal shit and other stuff, we don't know what's in there. I kind of felt at peace, not only because I used to walk there when I visited here as a tourist, but also I just could feel my 19-year-old self being so happy. She had big dreams and she wanted me to be a multi-millionaire at 26 as an actor, and unfortunately that hasn't happened yet. But I think she was proud. I think she was proud of me for finally leaving my parents' house, overcoming the fears that I have in the past. I've been healing a lot from that, and I recorded a little bit of the footage for you, but I just feel like there's something marvelous around the corner and I can't see it, and it's really hard to believe that it's there because of what's going on internally with me. Like, I have so many ideas and I'm so scared that like I can't execute all of them, you know? and I'm working hard and I'm telling myself that I can't, because that's the secret. But gosh, I'm trying to get a good night's sleep every night, and all of my inspiration comes at like 3 in the morning, and then I'm up till 5, and then I go to sleep and I only get 6 hours of sleep, and then I wake up again and I'm like, it's 2 p.m. you know, and I'm only getting stuff done at 2 p.m. I'm like, what's going on? So I need to get sleep, and it's almost 1 a.m. That's better than 5. I'm gonna be real, that's progress. You know, I have like this theory that like a lot of us who were like in our 20s, like our early 20s, right when COVID hit, like we kind of felt robbed. I feel robbed. I feel so robbed in my early 20s. I feel like I lost this time. Sorry, you're gonna hear the elevated train. Yeah, I have an elevated train by me, and so it's like I'm in the Lin-Manuel Miranda song, the elevated train by my window doesn't face me anymore, you know. Anyway, I just feel like I was robbed in my early 20s, and I'm grateful that I, you know, but damn, has it been hard. Like, and I've been trying not to go back into insurance, and if I have to, I have to, but like, I don't have the patience for that cortisol spike anymore. I just don't, and I'm scared, you know. Like, you saw me on these vlogs. I don't know how I vlogged and did that. I was really like aching to do that. I just read like a couple novel books about writing your first novel, and I've written a couple screenplays, so I feel like I could handle a novel. And I went and saw Thunderbolts today, and gosh, it inspired me. Like, it wasn't a genius Marvel film, it wasn't perfect and it wasn't great, but it gave me that same energy that I felt of like 2020 and previous, you know, Avengers Marvel stuff. Like, I would always get out of the theater and be like, wow, I'm inspired to go work out and like audition for a Marvel film one day, because that was great, you know. Like, but it wasn't great, it was just okay, but like it gave me that energy that I walked out of the theater skipping down 14th Street, just like, this is life and this is good and it's gonna be fine. And I realized I'm in New York. Like, I'm finally in New York, and I gotta really be grateful for that. And then a quarter of the way through, I just had this complete download of a book that I meant to write. It's about the dating scene. It's about how like men don't yearn anymore, like really cool things. And I just wrote 4 pages, and I wrote the entire outline on the subway. Like, I've never had that kind of inspiration where I was writing on the subway, like flow, and it was just one after another, complete flow state, completely like that. And I just keep on having these flow states, and I don't know if this is gonna lead to anything. I've had like 5 other novel ideas this week. I'm like, Lord, please slow down, Jesus. Like, I'm trying, you know. Am I meant to write all of these? And beautiful and amazing and wonderful, and I'm grateful, don't get me wrong, but it's like, why do I have so many ideas just all the time? I'm like, I gotta keep up with these, okay? And I have a memoir that I started, and I just have so many things to write. It's insane. So I wrote 4 pages of this. I have the whole out, but I've got the first 4 pages of like her and like what her life is all the time. I might make it a prequel to my other series that I've been writing since I was a kid. Will that come out? I don't know. I'm trying to simplify novels because I love making complex shit. I love time travel shit. I'm a Doctor Who freak. I love that shit. Like, it's my favorite thing to like find out the time travel, like how that makes sense. Like, that's like my favorite puzzle in my brain. Like, I'm such a nerd, you know? And then I have Self-Tape May to get to. I'm also gonna do a lot of writer scenes because that's me. That's my type. That's who I am. I am this young little writer who's very smart and silly. And yeah, I kind of wish I finished college. I also might apply to college again, honestly, to finish up my college experience. Well, I also need to get my New York, what's it called, residency, so that I can actually afford it and get free college here. I also wrote the entire outline of my musical that my friend and I are working on, and I have to type it up before I go to sleep. It's almost 1 a.m. and here I am talking to you, and I shouldn't be talking. That's the update. I was gonna be a little more profound with this, but I honestly just want to tell you that I've been crying, and it's been really hard. And I realized that it's kind of like a rebirth that I'm going through. I've been shedding the skin of my old self, and I've been realizing how toxic my old environments were to me. I've taken time to understand maybe who I am and who I could become. A lot of people say that like New York City is the place of self-discovery, and it's the place of knowing who you are and finding out who you are and becoming who you are. And I agree with that 1010%, because LA did not give me a chance necessarily to discover who I was, but I was also 21, and like, you know, you kind of don't know who you are at 21, and I'm 26 now, and it's like, you know, I have like my party stage late in life, and I don't know, dude, like I am like rediscovering myself all over, and it's been marvelous, honestly, and it's been very painful. It's been a very fascinating transformation. Like, it's funny because some days I am braver than brave, and then some days I'm scared to walk outside the door. I don't know what's wrong with me. I think I need some more therapy or Xanax or something. I need to talk to my therapist about it, because I was like, yeah, I just got scared of walking outside the door. Do I have generalized anxiety disorder? I think I do. I don't, or I'm just crazy. Anyway, that's been my New York life. Enjoy my little montage, and I will see y'all soon. Bye.